Salute everybody, JG1 Luftritter here again with a little demonstration of the Nieuport 17 and its capabilities. I've set up a little quick mission here where it's just me alone, no enemies at 2,000 meters. I'm going to go ahead and start that going and talk a little bit about some of the preferences and settings of the Nieuport 17. One of the things that's important is, of course, very important is your response curves. I went over some of that in another video. Personally, I prefer the Aldous gun sight in the N17, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that your home view is centered on that Aldous if it isn't already. So that's your keypad 5 key, and it's just like any other saved view. You would just adjust it a little bit until it's centered and hopefully pulled back all the way. Like the widest field of view is a good place to start for your home view. So we're going to go into the hangar here, and I like to test planes with 1 hour's worth of fuel in them. Well, the Nieuport 17 uses 18% fuel for every 20 minutes of flight, so that's going to come out to 54%. That's our common, it's for comparing apples to apples. In other words, if you're going to compare to another plane, you want to have the amount of fuel on board that the other plane is going to need for it to fly for an hour or whatever time period you choose. So I find in Rise of Flight that if you have an equal amount of time of fuel, the planes themselves, when compared to each other, are very equal. So we're not going to pick any weapons mods here. We do have our Aldous selected, and we get 400 rounds in our very slow firing synchronized gun. And so we're just gonna pick a skin here and get started. So first thing that's important to talk about is mixture. So you'll see in the lower right hand corner red dot moving up and down. Now that's fully rich. Okay, that's our reference basically. And you'll see a fraction of that bar graph that you're down from full rich. Well, that's what I like to use in order to tell people what your mixture setting should be. That will be the same for everybody. Also have the full gauges turned on so you can tell actual speeds and stuff. So you'll see that up at this altitude, we're probably going to want to peak out our RPM. You're going to be probably up around a quarter to 1/2 on the mixture. But what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be diving down, I'm going to preset my mixture to about 1/5, and that's the optimum ground level. And this is the thing you should get used to doing if you enter a fight in which you're diving down. And the more you know there's going to be a lot of turning, you're going to end up near ground level. And if you set this before, you'll be at the right place when you're down there where you really need it the most. So, first thing we're going to look at is the maximum dive speed. How much can this thing take? You never should get in a plane that you don't know what it can take. So, here's the thing about the N17 and 11 and stuff too. Yeah, you got your speedometer there. You're gonna bury that thing real quick, and it's gonna be of no use to you in telling you how fast you're going. This is not true in a plane like the Halberstadt D2. You're gonna have your little anemometer out there on the wing, and it's gonna show you up to about 240 kilometers per hour, and it's also very accurate. It basically agrees perfectly with the digital readout that you see there for airspeed indication. But no such luxury with this plane, this speedometer. So you're kind of handicapped. You don't know how fast you're going once you vary the speedometer. So what you need to do is you need to look at the tachometer to judge exactly how fast you're going. Second point to consider is a plane like the N-17 and N-11. You really can't overspeed the engine. If you get to the actual red line of the engine where it actually oiled, I'm talking about without bullet damage now. If you got to that point, your plane would already be broken up from excess speed. So you really can't overspeed the engine. Is far more important to control your speed. So the best thing to do, if you want maximum performance, is basically leave the throttle on full all the time. And if you need to dive steeply, of course you can throttle back and side slip. But if you're running away from somebody, what you want to do is you want to attain maximum speed. And what you're going to find out is that the N-17 is able to attain a higher speed in a shallower dive. This is a good thing because it puts horizontal distance between you and your enemy. And if you have a plane like a Halberstadt D2 on your tail, it can dive at exactly the same speed as you can, but he has to put his nose down much more in order to attain that speed. So he really can't keep up with you in the horizontal plane, and you can put space between you and him. And that is the biggest advantage of this plane versus that one. So we're going to show how to do that. And of course, we have our cheater gauges on here. You can see the speed we can attain. So you're going to find that this plane, down now, you reach 1400 RPM. That's the max. We go to 1300. You see our speed almost to 200 kilometers an hour already. You look at our wing angle, it's barely below the horizon, and yet we're going this fast. Okay, we're approaching 1400. Obviously the speedo was buried a long time ago. And you don't want to let it go over 1400. As you see, we can attain about 220, a little bit more than that, which is basically the same as a HAL P2. And it's pretty, it's in the red as far as the indicator is concerned. We are cooking. Now, it even actually will go to about 225. But we're going to keep it under 14, and you can see everything's still okay. If you go any faster than that on the tack, and the plane's going to break up. So don't do it. Make sure you're able to see that tack accurately and not go over speed. So that's max dive speed and basically max RPM. Now the game says that see on the little cheater meter over there to the right that it says 1500 is the max RPM. You'll never reach that RPM. You'll be dead. So we talked about fuel load. Okay, we might as well demonstrate rate of fire. So we're just going to go on autopilot here. We're going to go max level speed. Wait for it to get there. And we don't have any way to actually measure it. We can hear it. So going to fire, listen to the rate of fire from the gun because of the synchronizer. So, kind of slow. And it almost gets worse when you're diving in on something. Now what we're going to do here is go off autopilot and look at the tachometer there. Okay, we're a little over 1200. I'm going to slow it down to 1000. Now, I want you to look at the tachometer and see that that's at the 12 o'clock position. See that? Now I'm going to fire. See the increase in rate of fire? That's a little trick you can use when you're on somebody's tail within firing range. You can get a much better rate of fire by slowing your engine down to 1000 RPM. So that's important, a little trick, good thing to know with this synchronized version. Obviously you don't have to deal with that if you have the British version. You get full rate of fire, but you get a lot less ammo. Another comparison, Nieuport 11. Nieuport 11 is 388 rounds. You get 400 with this. That's only 12 rounds more, so it's not that big a deal. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to get a demonstration of the turning ability. And what I like to do is go to the aerodrome, where I have a nice flat surface, and I use a ground level turn as my gold standard of how fast the plane is actually turning. You need a frame of reference, and you need to do it the same way every time, so at least get a ballpark idea of how fast the plane can actually turn. So I can tell you right now that the Nieuport 17 and the Nieuport 11 and the Halberstadt D2, if you start with 1 hour of fuel on any or all of those planes, they turn at almost exactly the same rate. There really is no difference. Turn rate is amazingly similar. So when you hear people say that this plane outturns that one, if you're talking about any of these three, the one thing that's really going to make all the difference is the fuel load that you have. So like I say, when you compare it apples to apples, you end up with very similar. So, like I said, I like to go to an airfield where it's flat and I like to use the windsock as my point of reference and to check the level of the amplifier. And we've got our mixture optimized. We've got the most power. We're going to come in here and do a left. To make sure that we're in a sustained term to start the test. So you may go around one or two times. And I just count with my head or out loud using 1000 how long it is before I come back around to the exact same spot. So I should be able to achieve a 7-second turn on this. So I'm going to come around here, and when that windsock passes my wing, 2001, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. See that? I was able to get this thing around to the same exact place after a full 7 seconds. I'm going to do that going the other way. Notice you don't have to bank your wings too much. Obviously these are using response curves that I developed. get it stabilized here and turn, come around again and start counting. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. Maybe slightly longer. I could probably do better than that. There. So basically equal turn rate in either direction, and you really do not turn the same way. You're using a different amount of rudder and everything, but you have to keep your wing angle right. You just got to practice it, and this has a lot to do with those response curves, how easily it is to make this thing turn. But you see, it is capable of turning very well, and I'll tell you right now, the N11 doesn't turn any better. This actually may sustain a turn better because it's more horsepower. And the Halberstadt D2 is no better. And as a frame of reference, if I'm in a Sopwith Camel and I have an hour's worth of fuel on and I'm doing the same test, I can get it around at 6 seconds. Now that's basically the amount of difference in the turnability between this plane and that plane. So it's not as much as you think. Good check to do if you do it the same way. Okay, for the last thing to show here, we're going to be doing a landing, which is very hard thing in this plane, and in my personal opinion, this plane is either the hardest plane to land without hurting in rising flight, or maybe the second hardest, that other one being the DR1. They're both very similar with respect to the fact that they want to float and they don't want to stay on the ground, so you have to cut your engine hitting the ground. And the other aspect is they both ground move like crazy. So the way to counteract that is to give it throttle at the very right second. And it has to be anticipated a little bit because it's a rotary engine and it doesn't simply go immediately to the throttle setting you put it at. There's a pretty big delay. So if the tail starts to come around and you're late with the throttle, it's going to do a ground move on you, and it's going to wreck the lower wing every time. So what I've done here is set up so as not to cheat. I've got a wind of 3 meters per second, and our windsock is showing that it's out of east-southeast. And our fuel load is now only about 15%, because just so that it will bounce as much as it normally would when you're about time to land. And this is a very bouncy plane. So we're going to go ahead and the thing you always want to do is make a pass over the field. Don't ever be in a hurry to land. And have a look at that windsock if you have one, or definitely write down what the mission says the wind is from. So as we can see here, it's supposed to be east-southeast. If I look at my compass, that's about exactly what it is. Applying the reciprocal heading, the white part of the needle here, get myself quite a ways out for a nice long approach. And our approach is going to be very shallow and at an idle speed. Probably about far enough. So you want to watch the throttle bar at the lower right to see how it's being used. Mixture is just set to optimize the ground level operation. Like our compass around east-northeast. So we want to sight in on something when we're on the right heading that we can maintain our direction with. So I'm looking at the right-hand hangar of a set of two right ahead of me. That's going to be my aiming point. Good, that's the throttle here. Get our wheels on the ground, we're going to flip our engine off. And now I'm going to goose it as soon as my tail skids on the ground. Stop that ground move. Cannot be late on the throttle. And then once you have the skid on the ground and you're holding that stick all the way back and you're stabilized, the ground loop threat is pretty well gone. So what it takes, you have to be directly into the wind with this plane. You got to take great care to know where it's coming from and use those techniques, and you should become an expert at landing this thing. All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody.